This is a full story. Kitten wishes you all a happy and enjoyable story. After work, I got home and pinned my girlfriend to the bed, kissing her. She struggled to push me away but couldn't say a word. As I kissed her, I noticed her face turning red. We've been together for so long, why would she still blush? Wait, blushing? I quickly got up feeling embarrassed. Brother-in-law, you. Oh, where's your sister? She just left. Oh, sorry, you two look way too alike. Brother-in-law, I'm leaving first. She hurriedly put on her shoes and left in a panic. If I had known this misunderstanding would make her fall for me, I would never have done it even if you beat me to death. My girlfriend has a twin sister. They look incredibly alike, same height, same weight, same facial features. Even their voices are identical. My girlfriend once told me they were born just 1 minute apart. The only difference is their personalities. My girlfriend is quiet and introverted while her sister is outgoing and carefree. Today, my girlfriend didn't tell me her sister was coming over. I mistook her for my girlfriend and ended up doing something both steamy and embarrassing. Now I'm scratching my head in frustration. 10 minutes later, my girlfriend came home carrying groceries. Where's my sister? She left. Left? Why? I was momentarily speechless, unsure how to explain. She suddenly had something urgent to do, so she left? No way. My girlfriend eyed me suspiciously. I'll call her. My heart nearly leaped out of my throat. If her sister told the truth, or if she acted weirdly and gave something away, I'd be dead meat. I watched as my girlfriend took out her phone, typed in her sister's name, and pressed the call button. Every step was a stab at my nerves. My heart was pounding. Her phone's off. She called again, still off. I sighed in relief. From now on, I swear, before any intimate moment, I'll always make sure who's who. Maybe she just had an emergency. My girlfriend stared into my eyes. You're acting weird. Me acting weird? No way. You stutter when you lie. You don't even realize it. Two didn't stutter. Then why is your face red? It's just too hot in here. Hot, so hot that you're sweating. I quickly changed the subject. Let me put these groceries in the fridge. Now that your sister's gone, there's no way we can finish all this food. You two did something behind my back, didn't you? While putting things away, I responded without daring to meet her eyes. What could we possibly do? What are you even thinking? Next time I see her, I'll ask her myself. Go ahead, I replied nervously. That night I couldn't sleep. My mind kept replaying the scene of her sister struggling under me, my lips pressing against hers. She wanted to explain, but couldn't, only letting out muffled whimpers. I turned over and cursed at myself. Damn it, I'm such a pervert. How can I still be thinking about this at a time like this? I should be thinking about how to avoid awkwardness the next time we meet. And above all else, my girlfriend must never find out. She dotes on her sister the most. If she knew I kissed her twin, whether it was a mistake or not, there's no doubt we'd break up. Luckily, her sister has been staying out of sight these past few days. Judging from my girlfriend's behavior, they haven't had any deep conversations either. As long as no one brings it up, this incident should quietly fade away. Finally, I felt some relief. I saw her sister a few times afterward. She acted completely normal, talking and joking with me as if nothing had happened. That was for the best. It was just a misunderstanding after all, and it was my fault. Her forgiving me was already a blessing. Today, my girlfriend got off work early. As soon as I opened the door, I was hit by the smell of alcohol. Where were you? Why'd you drink so much? Company gathering, annoying. Mumbling a few words, she collapsed onto me half unconscious. I carried her to the bedroom, then went to the kitchen to make her some honey water. She took the cup and drank a big gulp, then suddenly wrapped her arms around my neck, pressing her lips to mine, passing the honey water into my mouth. Stop messing around, I said. I thought she was just drunk and let it slide, but she wouldn't let go. At the dinner party today, everyone was paired up, touching and flirting. Only I was alone. Where the hell were you eating? As she spoke, her hands wandered from my waist up to my back. Her touch was hot, like a flame tracing over my skin. She was completely leaning on me, her body soft and warm, her scent mixed with the smell of alcohol, making my head spin. Looking at her flushed cheeks, feeling her hands teasing me, I finally gave in to my desire and kissed her fiercely. We went at it for a long time. Sweating, I got up to take a shower. When I came back, I saw her lying there, her bare back exposed. And then, a thought struck me. A chill shot up from my feet to the top of my head. Oh no. OF, did I just make the same mistake again? I swallowed hard and asked, Yuri Serena, right, or Haley? Slap. A loud slap echoed. Rocky, what the hell were you thinking? No, Haley, listen to me. You're disgusting. You were doing that with me. But thinking about my sister, are you even human? No, I just listened to me. I kept saying I'd explain, but I had no idea how. Could I tell her that last time I mistook Serena for her and kissed her? That would only get me killed faster. But if I didn't couldn't bring it up. How else could I explain my fear? You two look too much alike. I was just afraid of making a mistake. What are you even thinking? Do you really think my sister would ever do something like this with you? You're disgusting. I must have been blind to be with you. Haley, I was wrong. You're misunderstanding. Have you two done something before? She stared into my eyes. No, absolutely not. I don't believe you. It's just that you two look too alike. I just wanted to be sure before you know. If nothing ever happened between you two, why would you even have that worry? Another slap landed on my face. I watched as she cried, tears falling like raindrops, as she put on her clothes and stormed out. There was nothing I could do. The more I tried to explain, the worse it got. I could only wait for her to calm down, then apologize properly. I sat back on the bed. Her warmth still lingered on the sheets. Traces of our passion were still on the bed sheets. It was supposed to be something beautiful and intimate. How did I manage to ruin it like this? Frustrated, I ran my hands through my hair. I didn't even feel like cleaning up. I grabbed a bottle of alcohol and chugged it down. If we really break up over this, it would be such a stupid reason. Haley and I have been together for 6 months. It was love at first sight. Just like her name, she was always full of energy. She was beautiful, kind, and considerate. But her sister was her bottom line. No one was allowed to hurt her, not even me. I had no idea how long I had been drinking. My whole head felt fuzzy. Then the door opened. Haley was back looking exhausted. I rushed over and grabbed her hand. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. She gave me a cold stare. Are you insane? Please don't be mad, okay? I was really wrong. No, I mean, did you seriously just get drunk all by yourself? I just got off work and I'm dead tired. Don't bother me. In that instant, the alcohol in my blood turned into cold sweat, rushing out of every pore. 1 second, my entire body was drenched. Just now it wasn't you. What do you mean? Are you drunk out of your mind? She lightly pushed my forehead. That push completely sobered me up and sent me into an even deeper panic. My mind locked up. I couldn't think, couldn't move. I'm done talking to you. I'm going to lie down. I didn't even have time to stop her before she walked into the bedroom and saw the messy bed sheets and the condom wrapper on the nightstand. I knew there was no hiding it anymore, so I told her everything. From the first misunderstanding, when I mistook Serena for her and forcefully kissed her, to tonight, when Serena got drunk and I mistook her for Haley again and did that with her. I didn't leave out a single detail. Haley listened, her eyes turning red. Huge teardrops fell one after another. But this wasn't entirely my fault. Serena was the one who made the first move. I never expected her to. Slap. Another slap. And after it was over, she even pretended to be you, just so she could get away. Isn't it obvious she set this whole thing up? Slap. Yet another slap. I lost count of how many times I'd been slapped today, and this last one finally broke me. Damn it. You sisters are the same, huh? You both love slapping me, huh? I told you. She seduced me. She tricked me. She pretended to be you. That's the only reason I slept with her. It's not like I wanted to from the start. So tell me, where the hell am I in the wrong here? Haley didn't say a word. She just quietly packed her things. Right. I should have seen this coming. Haley was always calm when she was truly angry. She never shouted, never threw tantrums, unlike the way Serena pretended to act. And Haley rarely took the initiative in bed. No matter what, I still bore responsibility for this. I hugged her from behind. Listen to me. I know I was wrong, and I'm sorry, but let go. Disgusting. She stopped packing, didn't even turn around. Her voice was as cold as frozen meat in a freezer. Lifeless, dead. If I didn't let go, she wouldn't resist. I could hold her like this forever, but I knew the longer I held on, the more her heart would die. I couldn't hold her forever, and if I waited too long to let go, there'd be no chance of ever fixing this. I watched her pack up, watched her walk out the door. It was like watching Serena's scene play out all over again. Why? Why was this happening? Why did Serena seduce me? Why did she set me up? She even sacrificed her own purity just to take me away from her sister. I called Serena's phone, still off. She didn't seem to like keeping it on. Now that I thought about it, Serena was a strange woman. She came and went unpredictably, her actions never following any pattern. Could she really have fallen for me? No way. We'd only met a few times. The most intimate thing we ever did was that mistaken kiss. Did she have some kind of masochistic tendency? Did being forced make her fall for me? Just as I was lost in thought, I got a Facebook message. It was from Serena. How was it, brother-in-law? Was cheating exciting? Are you insane? Come on. You slept with both sisters. yours. Isn't that every man's fantasy? Explain everything to your sister. Sure, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. People's Park. See you there. The next day, Serena was sitting on a park bench drinking soy milk, wearing a crop top that revealed her waist, her big eyes blinking playfully. Not cold. She handed me her half-finished soy milk. Concerned about me, I pushed her hand away. Cut it out. Not drinking, then I'll leave. I'll tell my sister you forced me. She got up to leave. Come back. I'll drink. I gritted my teeth in frustration. The straw had her lipstick on it, carrying a faint, girlish fragrance. I frowned, turned the straw to the other side, and took a sip. All right, tell me, why exactly are you doing this? Why else? Because I like you. Bullshit, we've barely met a few times. And how many times did you meet my sister before falling for her? I was momentarily speechless. What does liking someone have to do with the number of times you've met? I'm your brother-in-law. You're not married yet. I'm in a relationship with your sister. She stood up, puffed out her chest. Since childhood, I've looked exactly like my sister. Same face, same body. What does she have that I don't? I stood up too, looking her in the eyes. I admit your sister is beautiful, and I really like her, but it's not just because of her looks. Oh, she smirked and leaned close to my ear. I'm better in bed than my sister. You know that. Her words made my face burn red. You're fucking crazy. I threw the soy milk away and turned to leave. Give up. Even if your sister and I break up, I'd never be with you. If you walk away, I'll tell my mom that you slept with my sister and me. You can forget about marrying her. Go ahead. I accept it. Break up it is. Then I'll report you for rape. I stopped in my tracks, glaring at Serena. What the hell do you want? Take responsibility. I slept with your sister too. Who should I take responsibility for? Both of us. So the three of us live together. Not impossible. Stop joking. Your sister would kill me. She thought for a moment. Then just be my boyfriend. No way. Then can you pretend to be my boyfriend? I sighed. Serena, there are plenty of good men in the world. Why are you fixated on me? She suddenly fell silent, lowered her head, tears rolling down like beads. Where are the good men? Why have I never met one? You will. Serena grabbed my hand. Brother-in-law, be my boyfriend. Just 7 days. After 7 days, I'll personally explain to my sister and make sure you two get back together. My sister loves me the most. Trust me. Really, I swear. If I don't, I'll step out and get hit by a... I covered her mouth with my hand. Enough, no need to swear. I'll do it. She smiled slyly and licked my palm with her tongue. I quickly pulled my hand away. To win back Haley, I was willing to agree to almost any condition Serena set, except for that one thing. She hinted at it twice, but I firmly refused. That was my bottom line. The rest wasn't a big deal, just eating, drinking, and clubbing. Haley liked quiet places, so I rarely went to bars or clubs before. Now I was there almost every night, enduring the deafening music. Hey gorgeous, care for a dance? A stranger placed his hand on Serena's waist. Serena neither refused nor agreed, twisting her body wildly in the dance floor. The man got bolder, his hand sliding lower. Serena was still Haley's sister. I walked over and slapped his hand away. Hey man, keep your hands to yourself. Who the fuck are you? I'm her brother. Serena interjected. He's my boyfriend. Damn, got a boyfriend and still acting all flirty. The man scoffed, waved dismissively, and left. What the hell did you just say? Say that again. Serena stopped me. See, I told you I never meet good men. Where do you expect to find good men in a place like this? Then where should I go? I thought for a moment. How about an amusement park? The next day I took her to the amusement park. She rode the carousel, the pirate ship, the roller coaster. She laughed like a child. I realized how changeable she was, seductive like a vixen in the nightclub, innocent like a child in the amusement park. Here, I took the ice cream she handed me. First time here. Yeah, first time. So much fun. I took a lick of the ice cream. It was cold. I brought your sister once. She was scared of everything. She wouldn't even let me eat ice cream, said I'd get an upset stomach. She waved dismissively. That's my sister for you, such a stickinthemud. Ignore her. Bring me next time. I chuckled. It's already the 4th day. Just 3 more to go. Ugh, why are you such a buzzkill? Where do you want to go tomorrow? Tomorrow, I want to visit your workplace. Why my workplace? I was surprised. None of your business. I couldn't refuse her, so I took her to my office. Some colleagues had seen Haley before, mistook her for Haley, and greeted her warmly. Serena didn't correct them, responding cheerfully to everyone. My colleagues even joked that my girlfriend was in a great mood today, so talkative. I was busy at work, so I told her to sit still and behave before getting back to my tasks. Less than an hour later, she had slapped a woman hard across the face. That woman was my direct supervisor. What are you doing? I ran over, stopping Serena's hand just as she was about to slap again. She insulted me. The woman pouted as if she had been wronged. Who the hell insulted you? My supervisor, regaining her composure, went berserk and tried to yank Serena's hair. Serena dodged to the side and delivered another crisp slap. I already didn't want to hit you, but you just had to ask for it. The boss frowned and walked over. What's going on here? She Rocky's girlfriend, she hit me. The supervisor tattled. Then tell me, why did I hit you? The supervisor fell silent. You said, no wonder Rocky's work efficiency has been low lately. Turns out he's been bewitched by a vixen, even bringing her to work. That's what you said, right? You thought I wouldn't hear just because you lowered your voice. Stop causing a scene in the company. Rocky, handle your girlfriend yourself. I nodded hurriedly. A lousy boss pretending to be a big shot, Serena retorted without giving the boss any face. The boss didn't argue with Serena, but gave me a sharp look, clearly demanding a solution. Serena stepped in front of me, blocking his gaze. I mean, what kind of boss are you? A manager exploiting lower-level employees, and you just let it slide. The boss was taken aback. That bitch, she pointed at my supervisor. Assigning tasks to Rocky past midnight, couldn't it wait until the next day? And the tasks weren't even his responsibility. She was just offloading her own work. Why keep such dead weight around? How do you know? Even though I had been with Serena these past few days, I didn't expect her to be so observant. You were working in the bar late at night. You thought I didn't see. I fell silent. These were things Haley would never have noticed. And you've already secured a new job, haven't you? Since you're leaving anyway, why put up with this crap? You wouldn't slap a woman, so I did it for you. You know everything, I sighed. You're quitting? The boss turned to me. Yeah, this shitty company, shitty boss, shitty manager. What's there to stay for? Serena cut in. Go to HR, leave now. Outside the company, it was drizzling. I held my office supplies in both hands while Serena held the umbrella over me. You came to the office today just for this? Yeah, what else? Sightseeing. I nodded, feeling a wave of emotion. How do you know everything? I'm not blind. These past few days you haven't been eating well, haven't been having fun. It's all because of this mess. The moment you secured a new job, you finally smiled a little. Like she was showing off, she continued. Since you're leaving, might as well go out with a bang. Plus, this speeds up the process, no need for a 1-month notice. I wanted to flick her nose, but in the process I dropped my papers. Don't move or more will fall. She bent down and picked them up one by one. Seeing her long hair soaked by the rain, I felt something indescribable. She was more attentive than Haley, more passionate than Haley, more considerate and caring toward me than Haley. She seemed like she'd make a good girlfriend. I quickly shook my head, pushing that unrealistic thought away. 3 days later, it was another rainy day. This time, I was the one holding the umbrella for her. Our agreed-upon 7-day relationship had come to an end. She smiled. Don't worry, I'll keep my promise. I'll explain everything to my sister. I nodded. She hugged my waist, tightly rubbing her face against my chest, as if trying to imprint my scent in her memory. This time, I didn't push her away and gently patted her back. Serena didn't ask me to see her off. She got into a taxi and left. For the next month, neither of the sisters contacted me. Just as I was preparing to move on with my life and forget them, I received a message from Haley on Facebook. I'm pregnant. I was stunned, unsure of how to face it. Before I went to sleep, Serena sent me the exact same 4 words. Once I processed everything, the first person I replied to was Serena. Impossible. We used protection. Are you trying to back out? No, listen. I used a condom. How could you be pregnant? Is protection foolproof? Couldn't it have leaked? Believe it or not, I've only ever been with you. Shit. I hurled my phone against the wall. Damn it, heaven, do you just hate me? How was I supposed to explain this to both of them? How was I supposed to explain to their parents? The next day, I bought a new phone. The moment I logged into Facebook, 99 notifications popped up. Haley had only sent me one message. You're ignoring me. I never thought you were this kind of person. I'll have the baby. It has nothing to do with you. I tried to reply, but she had already blocked me. The rest of the messages were mostly from Serena. At first, she questioned me. Then she cursed me. Then she pleaded. And finally, she was heartbroken. For days, I was lost in a drunken haze, another soul drowning in alcohol in the corner of a bar. How many days had it been since I last ate 3-4? Every day I drank until I vomited, then kept drinking. Eventually, I started coughing up blood. Through my blurry vision, someone pulled me up, slinging my arm over their shoulder and struggling to carry me out of the bar. Who? Haley or Serena? In the taxi, it felt like all the gods and Buddhas were whispering in my ear. How can there be a perfect solution in this world? You can't be loyal to both. It was impossible to take responsibility for both of them. But if I was still a man, I had to take responsibility for at least one of them. Who should it be? Haley was my original partner. Logically, I should take responsibility for her. But she now hated me. Serena was technically a victim. If I hadn't kissed her that night, none of this would have happened. But that wouldn't be fair to Haley. I turned my head looking at the familiar face beside me, at her worried expression and the resentment in her eyes. I smiled. Then let it be whoever pulled me out of the bar tonight. At least she still cared about me. That night I didn't know whether the woman in my bed was Haley or Serena. I only remembered that she cried first when we got home. I held her and kissed her. The next thing I knew, we were in bed together. That night she seemed to be venting all her grievances. Or maybe she was using this as a way to claim ownership over me. I was reckless too. Maybe I just wanted to use this moment to finally decide who I'd spend my life with. The irony was I didn't even know whose body I had been entangled with. Thirst woke me up. I gulped down a whole glass of water and stared at the cup in a daze. I had passed out right after. She had left this glass of water for me. Someone this attentive, it was probably Serena. I pulled the blanket over us and wrapped my arms around her waist. She murmured happily but didn't wake up. I drifted back to sleep when the sun finally pierced through my eyelids like a blade. She was lying with her back to me, curled up in the sunlight. "Serena," I tested. She turned back and smiled. "You finally got it right. Serena, marry me. Let's raise this child together." Okay. We had a silent agreement. Neither of us mentioned Haley. When I arrived at Serena's house, I was trembling all over. Every inch of me was shaking. Thankfully, Haley wasn't home. Otherwise, I'd be utterly humiliated. I guess Serena had intentionally brought me back when her sister wasn't around. "Hello, Uncle and Auntie." Hello, have a seat." Serena's parents weren't particularly warm nor cold toward me. I glanced around and felt something off about her house, though I couldn't quite pinpoint what it was. "She left?" I asked Serena. She nodded. The couple's expressions grew even stranger at my words, awkward, confused, and even a bit angry. She left. Did they know about the messy entanglement between me and the two sisters? I quickly changed the subject, praising how young Auntie looked. Serena's parents invited me to stay for dinner. After finishing, I made a quick escape, afraid of bumping into Haley. "What are you so scared of? Running into her wouldn't be good. You'll have to face her sooner or later, won't you? You think she won't show up at our wedding?" I sighed. What about the child growing inside Haley? She insisted on keeping it, but how would she raise it? How much gossip would she endure? Tell her to abort it, but who was I to make that decision for her? Since confirming my relationship with Serena, I hadn't seen Haley once. She was deliberately avoiding me. Staring at the glaring red exclamation mark on Facebook, my heart was a mess. For the past month, I buried myself in work, trying to erase these painful memories, until I saw Serena at a nightclub. A man held her waist, kissing her neck. She closed her eyes in pleasure, swaying her body, completely ignoring the baby in her belly. "What are you doing? What's it to you? I'm your boyfriend. Who else would care?" She sneered, a sinister smile on her lips. "Oh right, you're my boyfriend. Well, let's break up now. Their problem solved. You have no right to control me anymore." I stood frozen in place. Then rage erupted in my chest. I grabbed her arm and dragged her out of the club. "What do you mean by this?" "Nothing. I just wanted to take you away from my sister, that's all." She said it so casually. Why would you do this?" My roar startled the passers-by. "Don't think I don't know. You've always loved my sister. Always. You and I were just a physical fling. I admit at first I really did love Haley, but after spending so much time with you." When I looked up, she was already far away, completely ignoring my words. I went to the bar where I had been drowning my sorrows. When I sat down, I noticed a drunk girl slumped in the corner. I walked over. "Haley." She laughed and waved a hand in front of my face. "Hey, who are you? You okay?" That was the second time tonight I'd heard that line. I was beyond frustrated. "Why are you here? You can drink yourself half to death here, but I can't. I drink because..." Wait, how did she know I drank here? Haley never drank before. I never told her I always came to this bar. So how did she know? A blinding flash of lightning streaked across the sky and my vision went dark. A truth I didn't want to admit was laid bare before me. "It was you that night, wasn't it? The night I vomited blood, you were the one who took me home, weren't you? You brought me home, then left and called Serena to come over, right?" I was shaking her shoulders like a madman. Her eyes were red, tears streaming down her face. "Does it matter? Do these things even matter anymore? Why didn't you tell me?" I broke down too, gripping my hair and sobbing. It was always Haley who cared for me, who looked after me. It was Haley who took me home. It was Haley who left a glass of water by my bed. Only that night, only the one who slept with me was Serena. Serena had never loved me. She only wanted to take me from her sister, then toss me aside. died. I took Haley home. When her mother asked why she was so drunk, I didn't answer. With bloodshot eyes, I searched every nightclub for Serena. I looked all night but never found her. At dawn, she came to my apartment. Her face was full of malice and provocation. I never liked you, not even a little. Everything I did was an act. I've hated my sister since I was a child. She had everything. I had nothing, so I had to take everything from her. Not because I wanted it, just to make her lose it. You were just another one of those things. Serena's words grew more hysterical. She took a long time to calm down. Then she sneered. But you didn't lose out, did you? You got both sisters. Isn't that every man's dream? She patted my head like petting a dog. What happened between you two? You used to be so close. Why do you hate your sister so much? You want to know? She lifted my chin with one finger, a gesture both seductive and mocking. Find out in your next life. Since Serena wouldn't tell me, I went to ask Haley. When I arrived at her house, only her parents were there. Auntie, where's Haley? She hesitated. She left early this morning. What about Serena? Her expression changed. Serena's been dead for a long time. Dead? She's dead. Then who have I been interacting with all this time? Who was it that I shared a bed with? A gust of wind blew out from Serena's bedroom, icy cold, sending a shiver down my spine. Rocky, are you okay? No, I'm fine. With trembling hands, I pulled out my phone. Annie, look, this is Serena's Facebook. Look, I even have her number. I'll call her now. Listen. The call went through. No one answered. Auntie looked at me in disbelief, as if doubting my sanity. There's more. Look at her social media posts. Look, this one. This is her bedroom, right? I rushed into the room, not even bothering to take off my shoes. I compared the furniture in the pictures with the ones in the bedroom. Look, this photo was taken right here from this exact angle. Annie, see, I'm not lying. I crouched in the corner, muttering to myself, How could she be dead? No, impossible. Child, don't scare me like this. Annie helped me up, took my phone, and frowned as she examined it. It really is our home. What is going on? It felt like I had fallen into hell, my feet trapped in a swamp, unable to escape no matter how hard I struggled. A chilling draft swept through the room. My forehead was drenched in cold sweat. Haley, yes, Haley must know. If I find Haley, I can figure out what's going on. I snatched my phone from Annie's hand and bolted out the door. Child, hey child, wait. On the drive, Annie called me. I didn't say a single word, just listened in silence. I found Haley by the riverbank. She was wearing a trench coat, gazing at the shimmering water. Haley, she turned at the sound of my voice. Seeing it was me, she coldly turned away again. Aren't you supposed to be with Serena? Why are you here? Haley, there is no Serena. Serena is dead. No way. My sister's not dead. She's fine. You're lying. I grabbed her shoulders, forcing her to look into my eyes. There is no Serena. Serena is dead. She's gone. No, that's impossible. Then tell me, how long has it been since you last saw her? She froze as if lost in thought. It's been a long time. You and your sister, I've never seen you together, not even once. There are no photos of you two together at your house. Have you ever wondered why? Call her. Call her right now. Call her every day if you want. No one will ever answer. She stared at me blankly. Why? Because you are Serena. Your sister is just a figment of your imagination. Serena died when you were 6. Died. She nearly collapsed and I caught her just in time. At the hospital, Haley was still unconscious. Auntie and Uncle were on their way. I sat there recalling everything Auntie had told me. Haley really did have a twin sister named Serena. When they were 6, they were in a terrible car accident. To make things worse, both sisters had a rare blood type. The hospital didn't have enough blood. They could only save one first, the other had to wait for a transfer from another hospital. The doctors urged the parents to decide quickly or both children would be in danger. Torn with grief, they ultimately chose to save the more critically injured sister Haley. By the time the blood arrived, Serena was already gone. Devastated, the couple had no choice but to push through their sorrow and focus on raising their only surviving daughter. Haley grew up seemingly normal, just a little introverted. Nothing seemed off until I appeared in her life. That's when her parents started to notice something wasn't right. On the drive, I called a doctor friend. After hearing everything, he told me it was highly likely Haley had dissociative identity disorder. She had developed a secondary personality. Serena, out of guilt over her sister's death, her primary personality had convinced itself that her sister was still alive. Meanwhile, the secondary personality, the Serena I knew, believed her sister had stolen her life, that she had been wronged. That's why Serena wanted to take everything from her sister, including me. At the root of it all, the secondary personality believed the primary had stolen her right to live. That also explained how both sisters could be pregnant at the same time, how they both had a habit of disappearing and reappearing. They needed time to switch personalities. My friend friend urged me to take Haley to a psychologist as soon as possible. Medication could help her recover faster. Hearing all this, I broke down in tears. All the emotions I had been suppressing came flooding out. The pressure of the past months had nearly driven me insane. But thank God, they were the same person. There was only one baby mine. The one I had shared my bed with had always been the same person. I no longer had to bear the weight of moral judgment and emotional torment. I looked at the sunflower on the windowsill. It swayed as if smiling, unfazed by everything that had happened, ready to welcome a new day. Mr. Rocky. Huh. The psychologist walked out with Haley. Today's session is over. Miss Haley is improving significantly. Soon her alternate personality will disappear completely. Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much. I bowed deeply. What were you looking at just now? Haley asked, holding onto my arm. The flowers. Sunflowers, what's so special about them? You look at them every time we come here. It's been a whole month already. They tilt their heads, it's cute. Just like you. This month, I was truly happy. One reason the doctor told me Haley was completely cured. She wouldn't need any more treatment. Another reason, Haley and I were getting married. We had been busy preparing for the wedding. Mr. Rocky, do you take this woman as your wife? For better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, will you love and protect her? I do. My voice was loud and clear. Looking at Haley's radiant smile, I smiled just as brightly. Miss Haley, do you take this man as your husband? For better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, will you love and care for him? I'd like to correct something. My name is Serena. The officiant froze, checking his cue cards again and again. A chill shot through me, freezing me to my core. I watched in horror as the joyful expression on the woman's face twisted into something dark and venomous. Yet I was completely powerless. She leaned in, whispering softly into my ear. It was exhausting pretending all this time, thanks to you and that doctor, my sister is finally gone for good. Thank you. The end. If you like Kitten's story, please follow and like it. Updated every morning at 9 a.m.